to happen.
Okay, I need to talk to you about this stuff.
And I'm here for moral support.
She's here to support it and also to video it so that we can show that you're of sound mind, pretty much.
And I'm a witness.
He's a witness.
He's a witness.
So here's the thing.
What's the pretty much?
I was being funny.
We know you're still with it.
Okay, so has to be a little backstory to this. Back when you had your apartment and stuff.
Had my what?
We had your apartment, before all of this, being here for almost a year. Rob had access to your Summit account. And he had permission with Summit, only Summit, as a power of attorney for your Summit account. Okay? So only you and he could access your Summit account. You with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in this past November of 2025, right now, tomorrow is April 1st of 2026, you signed, if you remember, you probably don't remember, but you did. It was in November where you signed power of attorney stuff for the finances so that I handled everything. Because you live here and stuff like that.
It's easier.
It's easier. I was also, I've been your POA of healthcare for years, which is why they called me when all this stuff happened to you that, made you come here, which I wanted to have you here. So Rob was fine. I had a debit card, but I never had the account numbers or PINs or passwords or any access to your account. But that's been fine all along. It hadn't been a problem. So things I got you, and you wanted Hannah to have some money, so I'd give Hannah money.
Thank you for that, by the way.
I'd help out some caregivers with some money.
I love you.
Okay, so it was easy because I had Rob set up the PIN and gave me the PIN, so I just used your debit card to access. Well, I went to go buy something today, a little $20 thing on Amazon, and it refused the card. And I was like, what's up with that? So I went to Summit today. Oh, so let me back up a little bit. So when Sarah was here and we did the paperwork and she did the notary, because she's a notary, back in November to sign everything over to me so that I could handle everything, that was fine. I have the paperwork, that was fine. It's fine for everybody else. But Rob would have had to sign off on being the POA at Summit. So he set an appointment to meet with Sarah to sign off on it. He went to the appointment and then refused to do it. And he said, I was really mad because it kind of hamstrings me in a way, right? Not being able to check things and see what your balance is or show it to you or anything. But it just wasn't too big of a bad deal, right? It didn't create big problems at the time. Even though, and I said, why did you why did you refuse? I mean, he went to meet with her and decided against it, signing off. And he says, well, I have my reasons. Like, what the fuck? Your mother is in my house. I'm doing everything, And it's like, you're tying my hands on some stuff that I need to be able to do. If my mom asks for money, or wants to balance her stuff, I can't get at it. And you're not going to drop everything you're doing to help your mom. So time goes on, not a big deal. Then a few weeks ago, do you remember Rob and Angie coming to visit you? So it was a Friday about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks ago. I was talking to Rob on the phone, and I mentioned to him that I was going out of town up to the lake for the weekend. Now, you know how Angie feels about me.
And vice versa. Don't do that.
I don't have a problem
Okay.
with her. I don't have a problem with Angie. So, I don't know what her problem is. But, I'm not the scum of the earth that she tells people that I am. So, I'm out of town, right? Brand new caregivers, Misha's and Marcus's team. Erica was here and C was here that Saturday. And I get a message from Misha that Rob and Angie came over
When she was gone.
when I was gone.
So they Rob snuck Angie in here.
Right.
Without her permission or knowledge.
Right. And I was really mad.
That's a huge
I felt so violated.
privacy violation, space violation.
How dare you? And then C told me that Angie said to him, "I'll be here every time my sister's not here." No. I was furious with Rob. When I found out, I was furious with Misha as well, because I felt like her staff shouldn't have let strangers in the house.
No, they said they knew you.
Yeah, well, they were still strangers to them. They'll say whatever.
Right, but us family members.
Marcus.
No, I'm not blaming them, other than I felt like they should know. I'm not mad anymore, but I was really mad that day. I felt violated. Like, Angie comes in my
and
house,
Angie's been in
Angie's
come in your house and fucked with shit before. I've been witness to that, so
right.
you
I
know.
caught her once at my desk rifling through stuff.
Yeah, I caught her doing that. And I called you. You were out of town, and she went into the house that she was the landlord at without permission and was digging through Mom's desk and all her financial stuff.
So, no love lost as far as I'm concerned, but I'm not the one who cut anything off. And in all fairness, when we talked about Angie visiting you, being here, I said, I'm okay with setting something up, and, I'll go out for coffee or something, and you can have that visit. But you don't get to come in this house uninvited, unbeknownst. Paul was gone too. He was at the lake. So it was just brand new caregivers who didn't know anything, And here's Rob and Angie convincing them that it's okay for them to come and visit you. And again, I don't object to that.
It's just the way they went about it.
Big time, especially the way they went about it. Yeah, just invading my home, knowing I wasn't here on purpose.
Okay, so let's get to the point.
Okay, so I went to go and
Make a small purchase.
Make a small purchase today on your card. And
on my card?
Yeah, on your debit card. And it was declined. And I thought, well, that's weird. So I went to the ATM and I tried it at the ATM. And it was like, this card isn't valid.
So Rob cut off the card.
So Rob cut off the card. So I have no access to your money. And I'm your POA across the board, except Summit's policy was, because he was on there, he can't get off of being a POA without your permission, you have to
Rob?
Yeah.
Yes, that you would have to revoke Rob's access to your account. So I'm explaining this all to you because Sarah, my banker friend at Summit over by Easttown on Thayer Road, is willing to, because it's hard. You can't walk into the bank and tell your story. And like November, Sarah came here to do the notary and the paperwork and stuff for the power of attorney for your financials. What we didn't expect was that Rob would be a jerk, and then he became a bigger jerk, and then a bigger jerk. So he's retaliated against me, right? Because I told him, I said, I don't want to have anything more to do with you. And I haven't said yet, but if they want to visit, they will be supervised. They don't get to come into my house without supervision. So
Who they?
Angie and Rob.
Yeah. No, they totally blew it with me. He blew the whole relationship.
Mom, I'm going to have to go.
Just shush.
No, I got to
meanwhile,
go.
Sarah says that she can come over here tomorrow afternoon and do the paperwork with you to revoke Rob, so then I'll have access to everything. We'll change the password, so you'll know your password. I mean, do you know your Summit password?
Yeah, she does. I know it.
Well, shut up.
I am sorry.
So that doesn't do me any good.
Well,
So
sorry.
anyway, we'd keep your account, change the password, and get a new debit card. But Sarah wants to make sure that you understand what's been going on. So as a notary, she's attesting to your ability to know the problem, understand the problem, and are willing to fix the problem in this manner by revoking Rob as being on your account. So I told Sarah I would talk to you tonight, and she wants to have a phone conversation with you at 9:30 tomorrow morning, and just talk about it. Say, hey, this, did Laura explain things to you? Which is also a good reason to video it, because I want to have documentation
That we all talked about it.
that we talked about it, that I was thorough, and that you had your questions answered if you have some right now. She wants to know that you understand what's been going on and what we're trying to do to fix it, which ultimately would be taking Rob off your bank account.
So that mom has access.
What?
So that mom has the access and not Rob. Because
do
mom's
anything.
taking care of you.
I can't give the caregivers a treat. I can't help Hannah. I can't do anything.
She can't get you anything you ask for without...
What do I need to do?
So Sarah's wants to have a conversation with you at 9:30 tomorrow morning. So
Stop picking.
Misha will make that call, and she'll help interpret, because you'll be on speakerphone, and she'll be able to help you communicate with that if you're having trouble hearing. Okay. So, and also to have you say that you're okay with that on this video is also helpful, as I've explained everything to you. That's just another backup that says, I understand, I get it, I'm willing to do, have Rob sign off and reset the account so that we have access to it. So when you have that conversation with Sarah in the morning at 9:30, and you can say no to me, Mom, you can. You can say, no, I'm just going to leave Rob on it. I'll just leave it as it is. It would be a problem for us, but you have the right.
To say who has your money.
Right.
To what?
To say who has control of your money right now. To help control your funds. So who do you want? Do you want Rob still on there? Or do you want to take him off and give Mom the permission?
Yeah.
Okay, so why not say that? Just
So we...
want to get Rob off and have Mom put on.
okay.
And you're understanding, you do understand it's because Rob's kind of being shitty and sibling rivalry bullshit, right? You get that part?
To my understanding, Rob is screwing up and
Making it harder.
yeah, I want Laura in control of my money.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what Sarah's going to want to hear that from you in the morning, and know that you understand. I'll let her know that we videoed this as well.
You can have them call me if they need. If Sarah can call me if she needs to.
Misha. So in case you forget, because I know that you have the short-term memory loss and stuff. So I just want to have it very transparent and open and honest and upfront. So once Sarah understands that at the phone call at 9:30 in the morning, she's going to come in the afternoon and do the paperwork. I don't need to be here. So, bless you. But I'll have to go.
Pardon me.
I'm coming back on Thursday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. But I'll be back in town on Thursday and Friday. and I'll go to the bank and sign my part, but I don't have to do that. I don't have to make a special trip for that. I'm coming Thursday anyway, but we need to have it done tomorrow because I'm afraid Rob's just going to, I have no access to your Social Security check, and that's coming Friday,
Yeah.
and today's Tuesday.
And who knows if he's
So
going to
how
do
do we
something.
stop him from?
Tomorrow when Sarah comes.
Sarah's going to call you tomorrow.
Or you're
The
gonna
bank
call-
lady.
You're going to call Sarah. I'm going to have Misha help set that up. And then once she understands that you understand, I'll have Marcus help. Then she's going to come over here to the house because you can't go there.
Stop picking.
So she's going to, Marcus, we're going to need some wound care.
She needs a wound care Band-Aid or something.
Yeah. So
Can I stop recording?
Sarah,
Are we getting a Band-Aid?
yes,
Yeah. Can I stop the recording, Ma? It's
One more
15
time.
minutes.
Hang on. So Sarah will come in the afternoon, and everything will be switched over when you sign for it to be switched over, and she notarizes it.
All good?
So then we'll have all the access. So that's fine.
And if you get worried or you need some more help and you want me to come over and talk to you, I can do that too, okay?
You can do that anytime.
I know. But if if you're ever like worried about something that's going on and you just want somebody to back you up, you can always call me. They know how to get a hold of me. Okay? Love you. Stop picking.